Got it.
Welcome to Figuring Out Homestead Life with Ginny and Allison.
Hey, Allison.
Hi, Ginny. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Enjoying the rain this morning. Lots of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's coming here tonight. So we'll have that to look forward to.
I'm sorry. Somebody wants to say hi. Nope. Okay, now they both want to say hi.
Storm Kid, she's not really lapdog size.
All right. So, how have you been?
I've been good.
Now, Storm definitely wants to say hi.
Doggy chaos.
Oh my gosh. Can you guys calm down? Go outside. Let's go outside.
For people listening, those are Allison's two dogs. Being very excited. I was just explaining to the people what all the noises were if they weren't watching.
Excited doggies. Super excited.
So, what's been going on with you this past week?
I'm thinking. More of the same. We had a really nice goat yoga session last weekend. Yeah. What is today? Oh my gosh.
Today is the 10th.
Okay.
Already.
Oh, okay. We had yoga Saturday night. We had a corporate picnic for a family support group on Sunday, which was very nice. And we tried something that was kind of fun and kind of a disaster. I bought a couple just blank t-shirts and some fabric paint, and we put paint on the goat's hooves and tried to get them to walk on the t-shirts.
Yeah.
And the moms that were at the picnic were like, "Oh, this is fantastic," and I'm like, it didn't quite come out the way I was hoping.
Yeah.
It was a mess, and I had paint all over me, so it was great. It was fun. It was worth trying.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a better way to do it. So yeah, it was good. We've been mowing a lot between rainstorms. Rain, mow, rain some more. The sun comes out, mow some more. We have a very nice larger than a football size wasp nest in the maple tree right outside.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking care of that soon.
That sounds not fun.
Yeah. I did harvest honey.
Oh, cool.
Well, I say I harvested it. I took the frames out of the hive, and I haven't taken the honey off the frames. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you get to use your hive butler?
I did.
Oh, cool.
I did not video or take any pictures of it. And it's probably good that I didn't, because it was very stressful.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get stung until the very, very end.
Okay.
Which is interesting because I was out there in shorts and just my bee jacket.
Okay.
Not a full suit. So they were crawling on my legs.
Yeah.
Which is a creepy feeling.
Yeah.
But they didn't sting me, so that's good.
So is it true that they can sense if you're nervous and then that makes them sting?
There's a pheromone that is sent out, and you're also not supposed to eat bananas like right before you go into a hive.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. So the bees are doing good. I still have more honey to harvest because I only did one hive. I have to get into the other hive, but oh, that was something else. There was no weather in the forecast that day. Like, it was supposed to be clear skies. It was cloudy. There was like dark gray clouds to the north of us, and I was like, okay, there's no rain on the Doppler. It's not supposed to be. So I went in the hive, and typically if it's stormy out or threatening storms, you don't go in the hive because the bees are like, nope, get out.
Right.
We're protecting ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, now that you say that, I think I remember seeing you with your bee hat on and you were talking about the storms on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or the clouds, yeah.
The clouds. Ugh. Yeah. What have you been up to?
Not too much, I don't think. Just doing some bread baking and been doing some canning and stuff like that. Nothing super exciting, really.
Some jam making.
Yes, I think so. I don't know if we talked about this last week. I don't
You
know.
didn't do, I don't think you had done the blueberries yet.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I did make blueberry jam. I've started a couple tinctures.
Cool.
I think that's it.
You're-
I gotta can more green beans. I have like a gajillion green beans, so I'll probably do that today or tomorrow. Can some corn. I might have mentioned that, which we got to get more. Our corn guy's back. We buy corn from this guy that sells it out of the back of his pickup truck at the hardware store in the parking lot.
Cool.
It is like the best corn ever. So
We usually get ours from a farm stand. So
okay, yeah. Yeah, there is a farm that sells it like right up the road from him, but I love his corn better.
Yeah.
Plus he's so friendly. I just love him anyways, but
cool. Let me ask, just for comparison's sake. So we're for a farm stand corn, it's about $5 a dozen here.
okay, he's selling, well, I don't know what the farm sells it for. I can't remember, but his is $1 an ear.
$1 an ear.
Yeah.
That'd be $12 a dozen.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what one of the stores was selling it for. And I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll go to the
We
farm
bought-
stand.
Right. Well, Luke got 3 dozen. I think he just started throwing in extra stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, have some plums and like whatever." So,
Yeah. That's cool.
So,
And your chickens are growing.
yes, chicken's doing good. They're getting big. They're 5 weeks old. So, yeah.
Yeah. Our turkeys have started squabbling with each other.
Oh, okay.
I had to break up a fight yesterday.
Uh-oh. How old are the turkeys?
We had this conversation a couple weeks ago. So they're old enough that they should be going to freezer camp. And they will be going the first week of September.
Mm.
So I'm looking at my calendar. Oop. Easter.
Because these
Sorry.
are not the ones, these are not the heritage ones that you have, right? These are the white turkeys.
Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16. They'll be about 20 weeks old.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit more than 21, maybe 21 weeks old, which is,
Yep.
I think 16 weeks is kind of normal for them.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and the heritage ones are still small, and we plan on keeping those unless they're all males. So
That'll stink. Yeah.
yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad. So want to talk about today's topic?
Yeah. So we were talking about our favorite YouTubers, YouTube channels.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not a huge YouTube person. I mean, I'll like look up stuff on YouTube, but I don't have a lot of people that I'll like follow necessarily. I do have some.
Yeah.
But usually I use YouTube. I'll just like Google like how to do this, and I'll just like watch whatever, comes up. But there are some people that two of them are very new to me. One I just started following within the past couple weeks.
Okay.
So yeah. And one I discovered from the Homestead Festival.
Okay. Very cool.
So, do you want to go first? Because you probably have more than me.
I probably do. And I started basically just playing YouTube in the in a when I worked full time off the farm in my career, and we were required to start wearing our headphones in the office for whatever reason. We'll just leave it at that. I started just listening to podcasts, and like I wouldn't really watch them, I would just listen to them. And it was also during that time period was also when we had bought the farm, and I needed to know how to do certain things, like how to milk a goat. So give me a second. We're running away. I swear you scratched at the door. Okay, silly dog. So I found, at that time that's where I found Jess Sowards from Roots and Refuge. And, oh my gosh, I lost the name of it. Gilbrook Farm. They were part of a series on how to milk a goat, or what their goat milking looks like. And neither one of those are on my list. Although I love Jess and I love Roots and Refuge Farm. Gilbrook Farm they've gone through some changes. I know they moved, they built a massive house, and I don't know their personal circumstances, and it's none of my business. Yeah. But so things have changed with that channel, so I don't watch it a lot anymore. But my number, nope, I can't even put these in order. Rambling. All right, so I'm gonna go with that 1870s, the 1870s Homestead. 1890s. I think it's 1870s Homestead. They're based out of Michigan. It's Todd and Rachel. I started following them just because I really enjoyed the way Rachel talks to people. And they're about my age. Mm-hmm. You know, they're grandparents now. They weren't then. They're grandparents now. They had kids kids growing up in high school about the same time I did and stuff. So I feel like Randy and I have a lot in common with them. So
cool.
I'm gonna let Storm in.
Okay. So they want in and out. So the first one I'm going to say is Parisian Farm Girl, who is Angela Reed. She is also in Michigan in Door County. So she's kind of I hear Storm's breath.
Sorry, they're panting. I should have put my earbuds in.
So she kind of, she has a mixture on her channel, a lot of gardening. She does have milk cows. She used to have sheep. She doesn't have sheep anymore. She has a very large family. So, but she does do a lot of like home tours and decorating and stuff like that, kind of intermix. So it's a good mixture of, gardening, cooking, home decor. So it kind of, you never really know what you're going to get.
Yes.
So, and I feel like she's a little more, like refined. I don't know if that's the right word, but, she's like very classy. Okay. I guess we'll say, like, she has her red lips and she's just, I don't know. I really like her.
Very Parisian.
Yeah, that's the Parisian part of the farm girl. So okay. I like it. It's an interesting, mixture of different personalities. So
cool. That's with Todd and Rachel in that 1870s Homestead. They do a lot of cooking from scratch, canning, preserving. Rachel makes soap occasionally. She doesn't make it. I don't think she makes it and sells it. I think she just makes it for personal use. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and they had goats. I don't think they have goats anymore. They do have bees. So they go into all basically their daily life. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you go. Your turn.
So the next one I have is the Homestead, which is Kaylee. She was actually at the Homestead Festival. She is a beekeeper. She is, I don't know if she is officially an herbalist. They have an apothecary. So they do all kinds of tinctures and salves and stuff. But I like it when her mom is on there with her because, I'm her mom's age. So, okay. Yeah. For me, it's all about relatability.
Right. Yeah. So is she the one, did she do a bee talk at the Homestead Festival? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Go to that, but okay.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Yes. All right. My next, are you?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next one, who I've talked about on here before is the Elliott Homestead, which is
Storm.
Storm wants to be, this podcast is Storm's episode. Storm's episode of the podcast.
Storm.
So my next, I'm sorry. So yeah, so Elliott Homestead, Shay Elliott. She also has a very large family. They live in an older cottage. I believe it used to be like an orchard house. So they raise lamb, they have milk cows, chickens, turkeys, all that jazz. Large family, a lot of cooking, heavy on the cooking and gardening on her channel. And it's all, from scratch farm fresh stuff that she cooks, and a lot of bread baking, different things on her channel as well.
She's still barking.
She wants it. This is Storm's episode. That's the
Yeah.
She wants to be a podcaster.
She's got a lot to say. Yes. I am familiar with Shay Elliott because she was also one that I watched a lot back when we first bought the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I love her.
Yes.
She's definitely changing and evolving. I feel like since when she first, which obviously we all should be changing and evolving. But I still really enjoy following her and everything that she's doing now.
Cool. My next one is Little Mountain Ranch, which is Chelsea. She's in Western Canada. Again, she's close to my age. She has adult children, and she has not littles, but I think they were or are foster parents. They have an incredible ranch in Canada, and not that I've seen it in person, but they have cows and I think pigs. Incredible gardens. She's like feeding a family of 11. Like her family it's a big family.
Yeah.
And so she does a lot of canning. She has an amazing, I'm saying it's amazing, root cellar. So yeah, very inspirational.
Cool.
Yes.
So my next one, I actually kind of discovered at the Homestead Festival. So I saw this booth there with these hats, and I just liked the way the hats looked. I just thought it was like a clothing design. Like I didn't realize who they were. So that it was Sow the Land, and on the hat it says grow food, build stuff for Pete. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Sow the Land. I like the style of the hat. So I bought it. And then I was like scrolling through, and I saw like on Instagram or something, someone named Sow the Land. I'm like, wait, is this like a person? Are they like what is this? So apparently they have a homestead, and it's either North or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. It's this man, Jason, and his family on a kind of newly established homestead on 14 acres. And they are Sow the Land, and they do. Oh, do you want to say something?
Well, I was going to say, back when I was listening to podcasts at work, at podcast YouTube channels, I watched a few of their videos. They had just moved to the Carolinas. I'm not sure again which one, but they had moved there from California. Yeah. So it was a drastic change for them.
Yeah. I think they were on like 1.25 acres or something, wherever they were.
Yeah. And then they moved to another property.
Oh, okay. So this isn't the original first one they moved to?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been really, really enjoying all of his videos, and they do like paid subscriptions, I believe, to do classes, and you can go there and they do workshops. So they got a lot going on.
Yes.
So yeah, I was glad I happily discovered him because I liked his hat.
It's all about a hat.
And actually, I was at Trader Joe's the other day. I was out running errands, and I was wearing the hat. And I don't know if people are familiar with Trader Joe's. They must tell the cashiers to talk to the people when you're checking out, which I always get anxiety. I don't know what to say. They're always like, "Oh, what are you doing? That's fun." I'm like, this. I don't like. What do you mean?
I'm here. But this is fun.
He was like, "Oh, I like your hat. I watched all Jason's videos." I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Yeah, I just discovered him at this festival I went to." And she goes, "Oh, are you a homesteader?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." I was like, "We have some gardens, and we have some laying hens, and we're doing meat birds." And she was like, "Yeah, you're a homesteader." I was like, "Cool."
And you're doing a podcast about homesteading.
but I have like imposter syndrome. So I'm like, but it was cool that she was like, yeah, no, yeah, you're doing it. I was like, yeah, random trader chick cashier. Thank you.
That's awesome. Shout out to Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
That's very cool. So my next one is Annabelle Trades.
Mm,
Are you familiar?
yes. I
Um,
like her.
I like her personality.
Yeah.
I like that she is very persistent um, in her farming, and she's she's willing to learn and to make mistakes and to learn from her mistakes. I really enjoy her, and I'm guessing she's probably younger than me. So
I think she's around my age, I want to say, or maybe even a little older than me.
okay,
I'm not, yeah. He's sorry, I dropped my pen. She's really cool, like with all her woodworking and everything that she does. I'm like, she's just like badass. Like she's
yeah,
just like doing it all. I really like her too.
yeah.
I follow her on Instagram. I haven't watched her much on YouTube.
Oh, I don't think I
But
followed her on Instagram. I'll have to
yeah, that's
check.
where I know her from, is from Instagram. But
Okay.
I was thinking about doing, because she had like these spoon carving classes.
Oh,
And it
nice.
wasn't very much money. I was like, "Oh, I should try them." And I'm like, "No, I'm not coordinated enough to do that. I don't think that's a good idea, actually."
Sharp
I
objects, Ginny and sharp objects.
yeah, I don't yeah. Okay, so the last one I have, I actually just started following her within the last couple of weeks. It is Farmhouse on Boone.
Okay.
And her name is Lisa. She just had, I believe, last week her eighth child. So they have a very large family. I found her I happened to come across this sourdough bread recipe. And that's how I kind of, I think I might have been following her, but she never came up on my feed because I didn't like interact with her. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now I started following her on YouTube and watching all her videos. I've made 3 of her bread recipes so far, and they have all been amazing. So that's what I'm primarily watching her for right now, is sourdough stuff. But she has, lots of other things on her channel, just
Yeah.
caring for an old farmhouse, caring for a large family, from scratch cooking,
Yeah.
gardening. So
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah, I made this double chocolate sourdough bread.
Luke posted pictures.
Okay, it was so good. We put butter and honey on it. It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is in the like repertoire of like we're making this all the time.
That's cool. It looked delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Another one that I like is they're a quirky couple. I would call them a quirky couple. Is Brad and Krista from the Big Family Homestead. Again, they're close in age to me. Um, and I started watching them when they were in Ohio, and they like parked up. They packed up their animals and they moved to Wisconsin, to an old like farm in Wisconsin, and like started from scratch and had to repair the barn and do all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, I don't like sit down and watch these all the time anymore, and I don't listen to them all the time. But every once in a while I'll like tune in, and puppies are whining now because I shut the door. But yeah, they have kids around our kids' age and stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
around your age. Any
Yeah, it's
others
fun to watch.
for you?
No, that's all I have. That's
Okay.
it for me.
I did have 2 honorable mentions that are not necessarily homesteady type of YouTube channels. Like, what am I saying?
Yeah.
The one is You Brew Kombucha.
Oh, I have watched a couple of her videos trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with the kombucha. Yeah.
I like her videos. When I first started making kombucha, she was one of those that I was at work and I would just listen to it, or catch a quick glance. It's like, what is she doing? Yeah. And then another one for sourdough and for, I think, bread in general is Joshua Weissman. 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 He does a lot of really cool bread videos, baking videos.
Cool.
Yeah.
That kombucha remind me that I wanted to tell you about this new flavor I tried, and it was really good. I got cherry juice, so I made cherry pineapple.
Ooh.
It was really good. It kind of reminded me, so when we used to go to Chinese restaurants at the end, this was back in the day, like in the 90s probably.
So you were 12?
Yeah, they used to give like a little dish for dessert, like with the fortune cookie. They would bring out like pineapple and cherries for like part of the dessert, and it reminded me of like being at the Chinese restaurant when I was a little kid and like eating that. So it was really good. I liked it. I'm gonna do that one again.
Nice. I have not tried that one. I'm trying to think of what I think this is mango and peach.
Oh, that sounds good too. Tropical.
Yes. Yeah. So that's all I have.
That's all I got too.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet and storm.
Short and sweet. Did we decide what we're gonna do next week?
Yeah. So next week we're gonna do our top 10 pantry essentials.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Top 10. Ooh.
And then we'll do like, oh, is 10 too many?
No,
I'm like, I already made my list.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, and then I think after that we'll do kind of like a deeper dive into pantry stuff, organization, and all that jazz.
Okay.
So
I'm good with that.
Cool.
I am. So on that note, I think we're done.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. If you did enjoy the episode, if you wouldn't mind giving us a rating and a review, that would be great. Really appreciate it. You can also find us on Instagram, Figuring Out Homestead Life. We are also have our personal Instagrams. I am Mrs. White Homemade Life, or you can find Allison at Zig and Find Homestead on Instagram. You could watch, speaking of YouTube, you could watch the video version of the podcast on Allison's YouTube, which is also Zig and Vine Homestead. And I have a YouTube channel now too, Mrs. White Homemade Life. So I have 3 videos up there now. So go check them out.
Yay! Yay!
So yeah, and we will see you next time.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.